All right, so this is day one of my Fierce workout. It's the first program I put on TrainHeroic. But today's focus is legs, shoulders, and then we end with some biceps. So I already did my warm up for today. So I'm gonna jump right into the kettlebell swings, and then we superset that with goblet squats or bodyweight squats. I'm gonna do 6 reps for 3 sets. I already did the 2 sets, so this will be my third. So I'm just gonna show you one of everything, instead of showing you all the whole workout. I wanna make these videos hopefully informative, but also quick to watch, as I know you probably don't wanna watch me working out for 40 minutes. So I got the kettlebell swing and then the goblet squat. So kettlebell swing, again, feet here, gonna be about shoulder width apart or wider. Just want to have enough clearance where that kettlebell goes through. Okay, if we're too narrow, we're gonna clonk your knees. It's not gonna feel so good. So feet about shoulder width apart and here. And then we're gonna hinge using our hamstrings and then explode up. Okay, I'll show you kind of a side view here. So hinge and up. It's kind of just a rhythm, getting the pattern down. Hard to talk and count, so I'm gonna assume that's at least 6 reps. And then the goblet squat, I also use the kettlebell, holding it more here. You could also use a dumbbell too. You could hold the kettlebell here, or you could just do body weight squats. But I just hold the kettlebell upside down, again, feet about shoulder width apart, going low, back up for 6. The idea of these is not to go heavy, just to warm the legs up. For our next exercise, which is the leg press. Again, I can't talk and count. So I'm gonna do one more. Should be 6 or maybe 7. But next on to the leg press. So next up is the leg press for 12 reps. With any of these workouts or exercises, don't get so worked up in the reps. If you get a few less or a few more, it's fine. It's just a way to measure your progress too. So hopefully, if you were to do something like this program and then you redid it, a year from now, you could see the progress that you made. So the reps are just kind of a goal or something to guide you with how much weight you should put on it. But if you come up a few short or can do a few more, it's all good. So yeah, goal is 12. And then the RPE we're going for, which is 8 or 9, and all that means is that you're gonna save about 1 to 2 reps, so you're not going all out to failure, but pretty close. Okay, so we're shooting for 12. Then this will be my third and final set. I'd say that felt pretty good. I probably could have got one more with good form, but I was happy where I was at. So next up we have the leg curl, which is gonna work hamstrings. All right, so for the leg curl, I got 8 reps. My hamstrings are definitely not a strong part of my body, so I don't go very heavy. Torn them a few times. What I do like to do though on these is on the way down, so that'd be the eccentric part. I like to lower it about 4 seconds down and then a slight pause at the bottom and then curl it back up. You don't have to. I just find it kind of a nice little stretch there too in the hamstring, and it fatigues them a little quicker. That way I don't have to go as heavy. So it just feels better on my hamstrings. So, and then your machine too might look a little different. Yours might be more of a seated leg curl where you're sitting and then curling it down, where mine's curling it up. 8 reps and about 4 seconds in the lowering phase of the movement. So we're up, and then lower for 4. Starting to burn. That lowering part really gets them going. Just gonna do one more here. Feels pretty good. Lower for 4. Good. So that's the leg curl. That was my final set of that. Next, we're on to one of my favorite things, which is the ball slam. So the ball slam is just a powerful and explosive movement. We're taking the ball over the head and just slamming it into the ground. So I have what's called a slam ball, which doesn't bounce as much. And then there's the medicine balls as well, which I don't recommend using. One, because they come up pretty quick, where you could jam a finger. Who knows, you might even like hit the ceiling with it. So I'd recommend using a slam ball or something that is not going to bounce back up and hit you. The slam ball does bounce, but just not near as fast or as high. So I'll kind of show you the difference here. And again, I use a mat just so it doesn't crack the floor, but I'm only going to do this about half speed, but just so you see how high it bounces. Okay, I mean, I could easily go up, hit the ceiling, where this would be a slam ball. It doesn't bounce as hard, and hopefully you can see I threw it quite a bit harder. So for this, doing the 3 sets of 3 reps, again, I've done 2 already, so this is my 3rd and final. But yeah, just trying to throw it down to the floor as hard as I can for 3. Kind of driving through the toes. And that's it. And then each week we add some reps to it. So we're starting at 3, and then we'll work our way up. Next though, we have the side raise. So we're gonna work the shoulders doing the side raise or the lateral raise. Going to use dumbbells, and then for this, our palms are gonna be facing in. And it's really common, I mean, you're not gonna lift. This is not gonna be your strongest exercise as far as like how heavy a weight you lift. Just the further away the weight is, the heavier it feels or the heavier it is. But the idea is just to go about parallel with the floor. On the up position, try not to rock too much, a little bit's fine. And then I like just a little bend in the elbow. Like we don't want to be locked out. Just a slight bend, keeping that bend. Going up again about parallel, back down. Gonna do 10 reps, controlling it down. Trying to avoid the swinging if possible. About 4 more here. And good. So the final exercise is just going to be the barbell bicep curl. Each workout or each of the weight training days kind of ends with arms, so hopefully that's enjoyable for people. It's always kind of fun to get some arm work in. So we're going to do the barbell bicep curl. Going to do it for 6 All right, reps. The final set of day 1 of my Fierce program. If you are liking this or thinking it's something that you might be interested in, I'll post a link to my TrainHeroic page in the description. But I do appreciate you watching. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything that you want answered. And I'll try my best to answer them. But yeah, last lift of the day, bicep curl, 6 reps is the goal. All right, that completes today's workout. Thank you for watching.